Howdy. I'm in the middle of a couple of modelling projects, so I thought I'd do something different at the moment and do some form of book review. Back when I was a boy, I think it was Orbis used to come out with the illustrated guide to aircraft. Came out once a week. There was no ads. That was great. It was like a magazine format with absolutely no ads, so it was all information. And the idea was you'd collect them, and after 10 or 12, something like this, you'd put them in a binder. They were fantastic. I mean, as a kid, like they went on for quite a while. I think there's 20 in the set, all up like binders. So it was a lot of magazine sort of thing. So there was always something to look forward to when I was at school. I knew every Friday there'd be a new one, and I'd scream down to the newsagent and pick it up. They're great. For a modeler, they're fantastic because they're broken into different sections. And I mean, a lot of the stuff we probably already know. It's still good, right? There's usually the history section, which chooses something from the history of aviation. I think it's mostly military, and it's got loads of photos and pictures and profile shots. Then you have the profile itself of one plane or helicopter, and they went from, I'm pretty sure, World War One to the 1980s, which is when the 1980s when they came out. But the first one covered all aviation, not just jets. So I'm pretty sure there's World War One stuff in there as well. Then they'd show you the internal workings of that aircraft, and then the three-plate color profile. And the last thing that they had would be the A to Z of aircraft, which was just a small section at the back, and it would have, and went up to different brands and manufacturers, and it would just start at A and work its way through. And it was such a good resource, and although it's old, if you look around you can still find them, and they sell anywhere from, I've seen them for as cheap as 200 and as expensive as 1,000, but that's getting crazy. 2 to 300 is, pretty much a fair sort of price for them. But for those days when you don't know what you want to build, because I don't know how many guys are like me, I build anything. I build Star Wars, I do a lot of figures, I do paint a lot of figures, that's my big thing. But when it comes to aircraft and that, whether it's World War One, whether it's a jet, if it interests me, I do it. I don't have a niche. I'm probably closest to the Second World War when it comes to this stuff, but I'll really paint anything. But there's days where it's like, what do you want to do? There's so much choice. And being able to pull these out and just flick through and then suddenly see something, go, you know what, I haven't built one of these, or a while since I've done a Spitfire, or it's been a while since I've done a Thunderbolt, or what have you. And it's just a great resource. So, if you're looking for something that's good to read and loaded with pics and stuff that can help your modeling, I totally recommend looking for this puppy if you can find it still.